what the people want are more of the dream.
I didn't
What's
mean to
up?
blow it, man. What's up? Blowing into the microphone accidentally. I was trying to
Oof.
do something else there. This thing's different. I hit that D noise button you told me. What's up, everybody? Dream Show Live. Sorry, rambling.
We're here.
It's Thursday. It's 12:35 Eastern. Isaac's back where the palm trees are, not where that other place was.
Eternal summer is what I like to call it.
Um, chasing the dragon. You know,
I think that means something
metaphorically.
different.
Is that different? Oh,
Yeah, I think you're chasing the summer. I'm chasing the summer.
my bad on that. I didn't know. I thought no, chasing the dragon is bad, huh?
Yeah, that's another reference. That's a like a Led Zeppelin type of vibe.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to think about that after
Okay.
after the show. Either way, what's up? We here. That's what's important. Um, not a lot going on as far as
Jiu-Jitsu world.
news stuff for us that we're
Well, there is big news.
Whatever.
We could save it for the back end of the show, or we could just dive
what
right
big
into
big
what
news?
the
What you talking about?
I mean,
The stuff we were
PTF
just talking about.
qualifiers. Yeah,
The
we were just
qualifiers.
talking about
Oh, that
qualifiers.
is pretty big, I guess. If
I'm
you're
excited. All right, hold on. Pause.
interested in that.
I'm excited about qualifying season. As we all
You
know,
love it.
qualifying
It's your
season
favorite.
is my season. Like I love that season. I love qualifiers. Let's throw all the boys in the car. If it's less than 6 hours away, I don't know. What was the longest one we drove in back in the day? The longest one was when we did it in Fort Myers. When we drove like from Decatur to Fort Myers. I think that was the longest one we drove.
Did I
For
fly?
the qualifiers specifically. Did you fly for that?
I don't know. Were my kids there? Damn, I can't remember.
The time that okay.
I was there for sure.
Yeah, I know you were there because I remember that was the one I got popped off on. I think your kids were there
I think so.
because I
So
think
we
the whole
would've
family.
drove
I think
for
we all
sure
went
then.
out to lunch afterwards, and I was
Yeah.
like sitting there with my foot all propped up.
Yeah, that sounds right. There's been
Yeah.
so many, not necessarily times that you've done that exact thing, but just things like that's happened. Not, that's what I say, not you specifically, but just in general, it
Thanks.
kind of runs together over
It all
time.
blends together of the amount of times that you're sitting there, and there's the guy that won, there's the guy that got second place, and then there's the person that's over there with something popped off, and everybody's enjoying a milkshake, and
Life goes on, right? We
vibe.
talked about that a little bit, I think, the other day to ourselves, maybe even, but just how this only exists like in a place, and it's not really like real life in the way that as soon as you walk out of the like room that you're in competition or whatever that is, like the average person doesn't give a shit
That you were just in a
about
fight. Yeah.
jujitsu or whatever that you were doing. How cool they think you're a nerd because their 12-year-old cousin's got a black belt also.
Yeah.
So
They're like, oh, that's cool. You had a little competition. And you're like, yeah, I got second. And they're like, all right.
I guess I do have a bit of a hot take before we get into the
Okay.
qualifier things. It's not
Okay.
a hot take, but it's definitely something that's like giving me pause a couple times recently. Normies who don't really know much about the game at all, the sport, jujitsu or fighting, or they've never trained or anything, but they know me, to a degree, are finding a lot of these memes or videos, short videos people are making of like, getting attacked. And it's like regular people doing the thing now where they're making fun of jujitsu by sitting down and butt
Like
scooting.
pulling guard and both.
Yeah, and
Or the
it's people who
Simpsons
don't
joke,
do
the
the thing.
Simpsons
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
and so it's like, okay, I'm gonna punch you, like now. It's like first thing is like, man, I'll fight you about that. But then it's like, it's kind of true probably now.
It is, and it also kind of shows that how much jujitsu's permeated the culture. To me, is that like now it's so into the culture that even the stuff that we
Like
make
that
fun of
is now that's what I'm saying. It's like
they
that's
get
a
the
thing.
joke. Yeah, even if
But
they don't get the joke.
but then that's what I'm saying though. It's like somebody's picking on your cousin, but you also pick on this cousin. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
like,
Say,
you
hey,
can't
hey,
pick on my
hey,
cousin
you
though.
can't pick on it.
I can do that, but you can't do that, right? That is that maybe what I'm feeling. I guess a little bit
Yeah.
with that is like it's more of a like you can't call me fat unless you're also fat or something. One of those kind
Or
of
if you're
things.
one, yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't fall in
That's a
the
joke that only the people of the community can laugh at. Otherwise, it's offensive.
Are you saying that guard puller is ours? You can't you can't call us.
Look, all you guys who do that, y'all got to go fight a normie now. You got to go find somebody in the streets and like beat them up with that, or do something and show them how deadly you are now with that. So that way it takes away the thing there, because you're definitely going to hurt business uh, in the grand scheme of the world. There, I agree. I agree. Unless the dude's like just sits down and butt scoots towards you in the Macy's parking lot, you know. But maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'm old and new things frighten me.
The meme culture of today has been funny to me. And I may even we hollering. What's the holler? What's the war cry of the hollers?
Holla, 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 holla. Let me holla at you. I'm gonna holla at
Yeah,
you.
let me holler at you.
I'm gonna holla, 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 holla at you.
I'm a holler man hollering at you.
I'm gonna holla. You gonna holla, 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 holla.
Oh, that's good. Um, I don't even remember what we were talking about before the holler.
You said, "Oh, Wallow." Yeah, you posted this comment. Um, we're talking about the people butt scooting, and then the
Butt scooting. Yeah,
normies making memes about it and
yeah,
how that
yeah.
should be offensive.
And all right.
Do you laugh with normal people about that? Do you think that's funny?
Yes, but not for the same reason that they think it's funny.
No, and obviously I don't really get mad either, but I think it's
No,
just
no, no,
funny.
no. But like, what I'm saying
But
is,
there
is
is
that
that
like
thing, right?
I think it's funny because I do also know the truth on the fact that like, well, one, that's not how I handle that. But if we were in this living room or we were out in the grass right there, I could sit down and you, the normie that doesn't know how to do any of this, could not do anything to me aside from like kicking me in the face. Which, if we're in a situation where I know that you could try to kick me in the face,
My brother, that sounds pretty, you know, that sounds like a good trade. If I can kick you in the face
right, right, right. But
and you don't have legs.
good sir, let me repeat your own words back to you. The rules dictate the fight. It's like, all right, well, if face kicking's in, well, then I'm gonna do a whole bunch of other stuff that I know how to do, and
But
not.
that's the thing
But
is like then what percentage of the community are we versus, you know what I mean? Is it's just like then you know this because you fought. I know these things because I fought a lot. There's a whole bunch of people now that have never thought about, like, I mean, fighting, meaning sport fighting, MMA, things
yeah,
like that. A lot of guys haven't done that now. They haven't even really considered it from what I have heard and seen a lot of. So like I wonder a little, like obviously once things start happening and if it's on the ground and you're tangled up or whatever, thing, what it is what it is. But a lot of what like fighting is, especially I feel like in like a self-defense thing, is that first contact. It's like really important how that's handled, or whatever, the way that you're first thing like engaged in some way. And I think that's why like that like front kick kind of to the body lock is what it is, because it gets you very close to him to be tangled up. That way, even if you do get thrown down, essentially you'll be with the guy there with you, so that he can't kick you and stomp you in the face. Hopefully, you know what I
I
mean.
mean,
So
I
that's the idea. I feel like is like, yes, that's all true, and I just wonder really, 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 what's the give and take, because there's a bunch of people that wrestle. it's not just butt scooters, but there's a huge element of that in today's like game, you know.
Mhm. Everybody at least has an element. Like if we're talking, okay, if we're talking at the top versus the hobbyist,
Yeah,
is
we're
that
not talking
like
about the top. Let's
yeah.
exclude the outliers on the top side for sure.
Okay. So you're just saying as a community as a whole. So as a
Mhm.
community as a whole,
Yeah, because I'm not going to be out here worried about like if me and Chris Wojcik run into each other somewhere in the parking lot or
that's
whatever.
a
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna walk away from a dude like butt scooting. He's like, yeah, man, you got it, brother. I'm get my pistol. Um,
yeah, yeah.
like,
No, I mean like when you're talking about the like as a whole, because I recently saw. Did I lose you? I recently saw somebody.
didn't lose me.
Oh no, you're back. But I recently saw a takedown that happened that was a
Mm,
like a hip toss that the guy like knocked himself out on the mat. Have you seen that
I
clip
did.
going
Yep.
around? Okay.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of people that like maybe wrestled in high school or have like a little bit of wrestling or like because that's kind of one of the target audiences that gets attracted to jiu-jitsu is the former wrestler that wants to still do something. So you have like the base of like wrestling and like the entries, and then they do wrestling. I mean, at most gyms that I go to, and I've gone to a lot of gyms over the time, and at most gyms, on a if they have wrestling, if they even think about it in their curriculum, if they have a curriculum, is like a once a week, maybe twice a week kind of visitation. And usually the guy teaching is in that same category of like has experience, does it, but isn't really a wrestler, isn't really a judo guy, like doesn't really have the takedowns, but just is a higher belt or has like experience in it. And then everybody kind of has like the first 2-3 steps of takedowns. They don't really know how. That's why going to judo at jiu-jitsu class sucks because everybody sucks at judo, and so you just get like slammed
You
over
know
and
how to
over and
fall
over. They don't know. Well, they don't know how to fall, and they don't know how to throw you. Like they don't know how to like finish the move. And
because they don't know
so
how to fall.
yeah, okay, good, very good point. Is that like they don't know how to fall, so they don't know how to finish the move,
Hmm.
and so you end up getting, especially my weight class or higher up towards your weight class, like guys that just crash down on you, and you're like, oh my god. Well, as you saw with that takedown, he ended up knocking himself out because he was trying too hard to finish.
Hmm.
And like in that moment, like I popped back in the day, that's where I've developed this like mentality of learning it all the way through, like type of thing, is that I used to do like a hip toss because I was like strong, mean, and like willing to like really force it. And then I had somebody like switch it on me, and when they did it, I was trying to force it, and I like did the thing of like popping my rib. And then, that's just not fun. And so it was like, oh, you got to learn it all the way through, like you said, to the fall.
Hmm. Because if you're scared to fall, you're not gonna
You're
go
going to hold
through
back.
the motion
Yeah.
correctly, and
Yeah.
then and the thing that the kid was doing there is like he was really like extending his head up, trying to like get
To
extension.
win that posture battle
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Whereas he should have just tucked his head
And
and tucked
rolled.
and rolled
Mhm.
basically, which is what I've tried to explain to people a lot on throws is essentially you're tucking and rolling as well.
Yeah.
Uh
You're attaching your body to them, and then
yeah, hopefully that goes well if you do it correctly, but the really high players can counter you. But again, if we're talking about gen pop, you know, you'll handle a lot more people being able to kind of do that. But now take that dude and put him on the concrete when he hit his head right there. It's like same thing happens, right? But it's like now he's like really
he's dead.
gashed up, maybe, or potentially, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's one that like worries me sometimes when people do that, is like the especially on sacrifice throws. I'm not a huge fan of sacrifice throws when you talk about like putting yourself in jeopardy to
mhm.
get them to the ground. Like, and I guess that's where then I do fall into the category of butt scooters for like 80% of my like training and how I do as far as that. But like butt scooting with wrestling, like stand, like the little, what do they call them? S mount sits or whatever that you do in the warm
Mm,
ups.
hip walks.
The hip
Yeah,
walk, like
that's what
that's
we
all you're
call
doing.
it.
Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
come up, like wrestle, but
Hmm.
like mitigate the
Wrestle up.
like I just like it because it mitigates the things. And I had a couple injuries that happened from like trying to like out wrestle somebody.
From your knees.
Yeah. Well, you got me to say yeah. No. Like
You heard
in
it.
in like getting the legs tangled up and stuff. And like I've seen a lot of the injuries on like the trips, like outside trips. The
Mm.
guys don't like
The
follow all the way
knees, or you
through,
mean
and then they're like,
the
yeah,
thrower or the throwee?
the throw e gets hurt because the thrower doesn't follow his leg all the way through and like sweep it all the way through. They just
Hmm.
trap the leg, and so you end up just
Just block
like
it and fold
yeah,
it over the knee joint.
fold it over. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those like breaks in that's the tib fib or whatever.
Hmm. And then the opposite of that also is if guys are aware a lot of times in those same kinds of throws and they have a good grip and posture, they'll you can throw them on their head
Yeah,
backwards.
yeah. They
It's
like
like it's just a
go
matter of the connection, snaking your leg. You know, it's that's what I say. It's like just there's a bunch of things that all kind of come together. And man, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it really comes down to it's just the resistance. Like we said, to me, I said falling that time, but it's just like it's like he went over trying to get the thing, or he went too far trying to get the thing, and there's a moment where you either got it or don't, and then you got to let go.
it's when you
And
try to like stop motion.
well, I saw a video about it. Justin Flores, J Flow,
Yeah,
judo,
okay.
he posted or whatever, and the way that he showed in that scenario was that it once you know you have the throw, and we've talked about this with lots of things too, is like you got to let go, like of your whizzer and stuff like that, so you can post with that hand on the floor. So you don't want to hold on to them because then you're committing all your body to their fall and throw as well. You want to let go once you know it's on, so you can control your fall. And so that's the thing. People don't have the control of the whole thing. And these guys, I don't know what level they were at. And so I'm not going to pick on anybody, but it's just a general thing. I've been thrown, I've been countered and dropped on my head before too, because I did stuff wrong too. So like I'm not, trying to act perfect in that way, but there's definitely ways that you've learned this lesson. And if you've been, throwing your head, hopefully it didn't ruin you. And if you've seen it from somebody, hopefully you got that lesson from the outside looking in and didn't have to get thrown on your head to get it as well. Sometimes it's just better to let them have the takedown.
You just have to go with it. I was
It's
just
just
about to
better
say
to let them
that.
have
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like knowing where I feel like that I mean all the submissions are this way, but when people start I've been talking to a lot of people about leg locks lately, is that like you got to know the full submission or the full move or the full whatever it is so that you know when to get out or when to tap or when to like you have to know it like and have like a knowledge of it happening. Like I think I maybe said this on the show last week or I've said this before somewhere, is that I saw where Danaher was talking about this, where it was like you have to be like the best in the world, like you have to know a whole lot about like a very small like number of moves that are your moves. But at the same time, to be the best in the world, you got to know a little bit about everything as far as like, and I feel like that some people were skipping over in the comments and stuff when I was looking in the discussion of it, was that like when he says a little, it's not just like I don't need to just know the name or oh yeah, no. He's like I need to know the topographical like overview of what it is. I don't have to know all the details and like how do I like do this and that, but like you got to have that and like a counter to every single thing.
Entry, exit,
Yeah.
more or
Okay,
less.
that's a good way. Yeah, yeah. Where's the entry? Where's the exit? And where's the like dead?
Connection to my stuff I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the way I see things like that. It's like I need to know what, even if I don't like it, even if I don't like the stuff that is being shown or taught or whatever, as far as like game I don't want to use, I still need to learn it and practice it. That way, when I get to that section, I know where I'm at and I know what I'm doing, even to unwind it, because I'm like you were saying, I know what they need to get the finish. And if I can at least stop that, then I'm still in the game. It's that saying. I think it's Jean Jacques. It's like the offense is long, but the defense is short.
Yeah.
For offense, everything needs to go right. You have to get all the things right to get the finish, essentially. But for defense, you just got to stop one part of the thing to make it not work. And that could get very granular, depending on the situation, up to, just knowing, like you said, the gross movement patterns of the body and how it's really just the same attacking upper lower body stuff. They move and don't and then don't move in the same directions. So it's like knowing the big parts, but then also having a really fine knowledge of maybe the finishing mechanics of the most common kind of positions and stuff like that. That way you can fight back from there rather than just have to get killed every time you get stuck in the spot.
Yeah. And the like I don't know, I wore the gi last night and
How do I get out of here?
how do you get out of where?
This whole thing. What'd you just say?
Where did you go?
You didn't get the joke. That's okay.
Oh. Oh, you were just trying to leave on me.
Because
I'm
you wore the
sorry.
gi the other day.
It's okay. I'm slowly radicalizing everybody as I go through.
Radicalizing them to back to the gi.
No. Back the other.
Proselytizing.
You gotta like just see what they're talking about every once in a while.
No, I get it. I'm ready. I'm old
And
now. I understand.
oh yeah, I definitely understand that. But where I did get caught messing up at one point, I switched into that backside 50-50 and was like trying to sweep him with it, and then I paused because I was uh
Oh yeah.
like the Cummings blast like
Mhm.
position, and I had him there, and I paused because I was about to switch into all the other like leg things I would do because he was big, and I was like, oh man, I can't sweep you with this, and I went to move his leg, and I was like, wait, what am I allowed to do? And then like he went to take my back, and I was like, I should have just done it.
Do it. Just don't hurt them. Just do it, and then they'll tell you you can't do it. But oh, my bad, dog.
But I was working on a surprise for you. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see because look who's in the comment section.
Oh. Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Yo. Oh, that would be a good one for like the auto tune stuff. I'd be like,
Oh, there you go. Give
yo.
Oh, that was cool.
Damn, that was kind of good. I don't know. I always think I'm good, so I don't know. It's a gift and a curse. But
Well,
back on the topic that took us off topic
yeah.
a couple times. There's a list of PGF qualifiers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them scheduled. It's a 170 season, right? Or 75?
I think it's 75.
Yeah, so don't quote me on that exactly, but I believe 75 is what we've been running anyway. If you want opportunity, these are the best shots to get them. Teams will be hosting their own kind of qualifiers in a way to kind of get a gauge on people and see what they're seeing and stuff. But we got first one's November 22nd at Cage Fit in Auburn, Alabama. So the Alabama Twisters are hosting that one. Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. I believe the format will just be probably the way that it has been being over the history of time, where you probably get a chance to double back in unless it gets too big, in which case they'll change that on the spot and you'll have to just be
It's
ready.
already double elimination. No gi, double elimination. PGF rule set, sub only 6-minute matches.
Subject to change.
No points or advantages. And then it's got you can see the full rules and official rule book below.
Yeah, and that rule book, read it. You got to know it.
Even you better know it.
Like, you're gonna play it wrong and then be upset. If you're really interested in it, you got to know how to like win and lose appropriately. And I know nobody's going to lose, right? Nobody's going to lose. Everybody's going to win every match, and that's okay. But if you get into the season, you gotta know how to win and lose appropriately. But after that one, you got December the 6th at Jiu-Jitsu Open, Gatlinburg Convention Center. Saturday, December 26th.
Oh,
That's
looky here.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Is that what that is?
Yes, I
Oh,
believe
okay.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
I don't have that on my thing, but that's what I would assume Gatlinburg is.
Yes.
Same thing, same rules, same stuffs. Um, Also, looks like there's another thing going on
They're,
the Jiu-Jitsu Open. So this is like
yeah.
a co-event with the Jiu-Jitsu Open. I'm just talking out of my butt. I don't know nothing, but I'm just saying what I think. Uh, so soon sign up for that one. You know, you can go from Auburn to Gatlinburg. Then you got to get your frontier miles set up. You know, get you one of them passes or something. Then you got to fly to beautiful Pasadena in California,
Wait,
Saturday, December 13th.
I'm lagging over here a bit.
Slow.
Yeah, it's that interwebs.
They don't want us to let everybody know about Pasadena quick enough.
Look who's here.
It's an empty chair
Is it an empty
with the
chair?
hat on. Oh my God. He did the spinny thing.
Hello, boys.
Hola.
Howdy. Am I off thing now? You cut me up over here and now I'm
It
off.
it made it small.
That's what, never mind.
Oh, God.
I just missed you guys. What's up, brethren?
Fellows.
We're just running down your list of qualifiers that are coming up here.
We were on the Pasadena one.
We just got to
Y'all,
Pasadena.
y'all looking for qualifier information, I see.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
I got information.
Ooh.
I'm just dripping with it, dude. So
Okay. Do tell.
let me
by
know
all
what you need
means.
to know. I got all kinds of information. I got secrets.
Let's
We'll
start
start
with
with something we
secrets.
don't know.
Yeah. Let's start
Just,
with
just,
secrets.
just come off the top of your head. One of the things that you're like dripping with that you just got to get off.
I'll give you the season dates. I know
Oh,
you guys know, but I don't think that that's been said out loud anywhere just yet.
about to say it out loud here. Is
Yeah,
that
I'll
what's
give it to
happening?
you.
Oh, look at this guy. Don't tell him.
The draft is going to be February 4th. The season starts March 4th, and the playoffs April the 8th.
There was a change to the schedule of like we're not doing the gap week, correct?
Yeah, we're cutting that. So it's
So
just going to roll straight from week 5 straight to the playoff the next week.
Do you think that just gonna be better for the momentum of the thing to not have that big like gap?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of reasons for it. Some of them cultural, some of them administrative, but yeah, a
Mm,
lot of good reasons for it. No, I thought that it would be good to have a couple of weeks break there, but it just didn't play out as there were a
mm,
couple of things that I tried to implement that I thought would be better last season that just like the way that we did the free agency roster, I wasn't as happy with, even though I thought it was a better idea. And maybe when the league is a little bigger, it will be a better idea, but it was not a better idea the way it played out last year. I think the league's just not big enough yet as far as like number of teams and number of athletes for that to work the way that it really should have. So I think
mm,
that idea was for the future. We'll circle back to it, but we'll have like a set free agency roster this time that you'll be able to pull from instead of just being able to pull guys from wherever.
mm.
Another
Yeah,
thing that's going to be
that's fair.
different this time is so it's 175 pounds, but you won't be able to bulk up during the season. So on Wednesdays, they're going to have to weigh in on game day, and you won't be able to get up into the next weight class, which is 195. So you will only be able to get back up to 94, which is still quite a lot,
Yeah,
but
pretty good.
that that was not a rule this last time. And so some guys got up into the nenext weight
Did
class over
yeah.
the course of the season. So we're gonna eliminate that. So
That'll be something that I think is interesting because now they have to focus on that, and it changes how your off time gets spent.
well, I think it's just gonna change who actually participates. I don't think that the
Good
guys
point.
who will participate will be guys who might bulk up past that, you know.
They're not gonna have to take such a drastic cut.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's the idea. Just I like it's tough to get the balance of how to handle weight cutting because you know guys are gonna do it. You don't want them to do it at all, but they're going to. And so how do we allow them to do it in a way that's safe and fair? That's a tough balance. So trying to strike the right thing there. I don't think any organization has ever gotten that perfect.
Mhm.
But and I'm not saying that we'll have it perfect, but that's the way we're gonna do it this time. And I think it'll be a better solution than what we just had.
No, I think that's fair. 20 pounds is
Yeah,
or
it's 19 pounds.
19 pounds, right? But that's enough, right? If you got to be much bigger than that to get in there and compete, then I don't know. Maybe this ain't for you.
Or maybe the next weight class.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe this one
weight
is not
class
for
is
you.
not
Yeah,
for
it's
us.
just
Yeah.
too much for you
Yeah.
to try to do it. Because we even heard Jet say at the end of last season that it was like, man, I don't want to do. I'll never do that
Yeah,
again to make that big cut. So we just want to overall, I think, as an organization and a league helps keep athletes healthier in that way anyway.
Like that would so if we'd have had that rule in place last season, Jet wouldn't have been allowed. Jet or Chris Olivo are the two that I'm specifically thinking about that would have really been affected. Who are the other really big guys? That's the top two that I think of right off the top of my head. But just so them, for example,
Probably Rayfield, right? Rayfield probably got over. No, he
Rayfield.
didn't get over 70.
He's way skinnier than you
He's
think.
just tall.
Yeah, he walks at like 165. Like he's not that big.
Okay.
He just seems big because he's so tall. So, but yeah, like for example, Jet wouldn't have been allowed to bulk up past 174 last season if that rule would have been in place.
Mm.
But like him and Chris were both back over 180 pretty quickly.
So the heavy, like 19, 20-pound cuts, just there's no
Yeah,
way to make those anymore.
our weight classes are every 20 pounds 55, 75, 95, 215. And you won't be able to ever during the season, you won't be allowed to get up into the next weight class.
What about the 215s? Is that still just going to put them to 35?
Yeah, and then probably what we'll do is eventually down the road we'll add the 235 class.
Oof. And then that's just like super heavy.
That'll be the true heavyweights. 215 right now is just going to serve as our light heavies.
Okay.
95 basically is the welterweight, the cruiserweight division. 75 is the welterweight. We'll just work it like that. 55 is lightweight. That's universal.
So Wallow had a question. And I think he's asking about the way that the alternate's going to work. He says, how's that going to work? A team can draft someone who isn't on the level of the top guys, and they may be interested in an alternate. Are they going to be allowed to choose true alternates from the pool?
I don't think I understand that question.
Yeah, I don't know. Either.
As I read it out loud, I didn't quite understand it.
When
but I
you,
state your
know
question,
when you
Wallow. Try again.
Yeah, clarify your question, Wallow.
Remember, I'm from Lawrence County. When you ask questions, you gotta keep it simple for your boy.
So are they when they're choosing from the alternate pool and that's going on, is that alternate pool, we know that at the beginning of the season?
Yes, we're gonna have
Okay.
a locked roster of alternates and free agents that you can pull.
Okay.
We're getting rid of the word alternate. This is free agent, free agent, free agent.
So can you grab anybody from that pool when you need it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they just go back when your player is healthy, I guess, or
depends on how you treat it. So like if you bring in, I drafted Steven gets injured, I dip into the free agent pool for Isaac. But after 2 weeks,
That's a big fall off.
Steven's ready to come back. Now I can choose whether or not I keep Isaac or I release him back to the free agent pool.
Yeah, you definitely got to put him back. In 2 weeks, you just gave up 18, 36 points probably.
I just wouldn't let him talk to me like that. I just wouldn't allow it.
He knows I'm gonna get back there, and I've been training.
wouldn't
I've been
allow
off. I've been off in the jungle.
on you because you Mexican now.
I've been off in the jungle in the pyramids.
I would never.
Studying. He doesn't know what's coming.
He's using words I don't understand now, and it's making me angry.
I know. I get it, man.
What other news do you have for us, Kamish? Is there anything else?
We got 6 qualifiers. Have you guys got all the qualifier dates?
We got all the way to Pasadena.
Okay, so yeah, first one is November 22 in Auburn, Alabama. That's the Twisters qualifier. December 6 in Gatlinburg. December 13, I believe, is Pasadena.
Yes.
What's the next? Let me pull up my
December
20th,
the Vegas
in
team.
Vegas.
Yeah, but that's in Dallas. That's
I'm
Vegas
sorry.
Kings.
I just saw that in Dallas. Okay.
Plot
Vegas
twist.
Kings in Dallas.
Okay, so they going.
The Kings are hosting
national.
2 qualifiers.
Okay. And so from these qualifiers, is this going to be the general draft pool, or are these teams trying to mostly scout through these qualifiers and just get a good look at the guys that are going to be potentially in the roster?
Yeah, it's probably going to be that. Here's the way it'll work. Let me finish going down the list first.
Sorry.
Say that. January 17th, Philadelphia Phenoms qualifier at Finishers HQ. And then January 24th, Vegas Kings in Vegas. And then it looks like we're going to add a 7th qualifier on January 3rd in Atlanta, but that's not finalized yet.
Nice.
All right. See, Isaac, yeah, you need to keep it on this. Every time you go to the other one, it's all wonky, dude.
It's when you go to swap between those 2 stages.
Oh, like the comments or whatever?
Yeah. Well, no, when I had the smooth comp up so people could see that it was on smooth comp. And when I switch between that, it goes to that.
I got you. To answer your question about how the qualifier is going to work. So you're the Philadelphia Phenoms and you're hosting the qualifier. Whoever wins that qualifier, you got first dibs on that person. You can pick them up and bring them to your team before they enter the draft if you want. So if you want to pick them up and keep them out of the draft, you can do that. Or you can not do that, and then they just enter the draft pool. But you get first, as the team owner, you get first dibs on your qualifier winner. Also, all the teams are allowed to bring 2 athletes with them to the draft. So they only have to draft 3. So for example, the Kings are only going to draft 3 people this season for sure. They've already got their 2 athletes contracted and ready to go.
Do we know who either one of those are?
You know who, yeah.
Oh.
I could guess. Maybe.
I'm sure you could have a pretty decent guess.
The people could tell us.
It's going to be good to see you, Cam. Maybe.
175.
75, that's a big cut for Cam Hurt.
Thompson. Maybe the Mantis making his comeback from
way.
the GM booth.
No way Travis can make that weight. I don't think he could even make that weight anymore.
Okay.
He walks at like 220.
2 something, yeah.
Maybe 225. Like he's a.
Let's see, who else would they get then from the 75s?
I mean, you can think about it.
They won that season, so
I'm not gonna tell you anything. So
I know that.
He's just trying to get a blink, or maybe your meta glasses will flash.
It's just how my brain works. I'm just thinking of it anyway. It's better to say it out loud.
Are you comfortable with Brandon recording you right now?
Oh, I just took a picture.
I mean, we're basically recording it right now anyway. So
Huh.
Look into my eyes.
So if and so to answer Wallo's question down there, where he's saying, "What if only a handful of athletes, because everyone's bringing their squad, is there still going to be a draft?" It's like, yeah, they're only bringing two, so they still
Yeah,
have
they're only
to.
allowed to bring two for right now. So
Yeah.
like we want to introduce the idea
8
of
and
the
20.
teams have consistent athletes, right? But we're not big enough yet that they could just bring their whole squad.
Right.
I'm saying
Well,
because
like,
we have
does
to
that
keep
person count as one that comes from the qualifier? That
Yeah.
counts as one of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
that person would count.
Mm.
So you can only bring two with you to the draft. Like
Gotcha.
so, like let's say like the Kings, for instance. All right, we're taking Jet and we're taking Cam. Okay, great. Whoever wins your qualifier, you got to put them into the general draft pool.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But the Twisters haven't reserved anybody yet. So they have to draft 5 unless they pick up one of their qualifier winners or grab two guys between now and then. Eventually, once the league is bigger, you'll only use the draft to fill holes in your roster. Like we'll want
Like
you
a
to,
regular draft.
that's right. We'll want you to come in with a full 5. But right now,
Yeah, the draft will be for rookies, essentially.
yes. Right now, I have to, because the league is so small, I have to keep a close thumb. Like I really got to keep my thumb on the parity of the league, making sure that it's fair. Because what you don't want is for, let's say, team number 4, which we have the 3 franchise teams right now working on closing out the 4th. Let's say this 4th team is owned by a billionaire, and he just goes, "Well, I mean, I'm just going to hire the 5 best guys, and I don't care how much it cost me." Well, that pretty much guarantees they're going to win. You know what I mean? And so, if we allow them to only do that with 2 people, and we force them to work through the draft for the rest of it, even if they have 2 people that are absolute bangers that are guaranteed to win every match, then that won't necessarily guarantee that their team will win. Does that make sense?
They can't buy all 5 of the best
That's right.
in the world.
Can't buy the whole roster right now. Eventually, maybe that's the way it plays out, and I expect that it'll play out something like that eventually. But right now,
With a version of a salary cap, perhaps, when it gets to that point.
That's right. But I think we can't really do that until we get up into the 8-team range.
That's cool.
Which is that's when we'll move into the more of the team duel structure for the rosters as well. But right now, while it's still small, maybe small is not the right word, but while the roster is still small, we'll keep it with the weight class, one weight class per season.
I think that's good.
Makes sense. Well, we're on our closeout part. Is there anything you want to leave anybody with, Brandon? Is there anything going on that we need to know other than the qualifiers November 22nd kicking off?
Nope, that's it. Just get out to those qualifiers. People are already going crazy, sending me messages about how to get in. Qualifiers, that's how you get in.
That's the only way.
Yes. The rest of the roster I've already selected and has already been handled. And if you guys want to see that, I'll show you off air.
How many are you picking for the roster? So like with the draft, if potentially they're bringing 2, that would only leave, that would be 8 spots. So there will be 12, I guess, draft positions available.
Undisclosed. It just depends. Like I don't know. It depends. Like
listen, I just need somebody out there in the comments. Y'all speculate with me on this a little bit here. We got to figure out who these potential 12 to 14 Brandon folks are, but it can't be that many but then also they can pick their guys from the qualifier. So the math ain't mathing yet.
Not for
there's
you.
No way to really like figure it out, but we're going to talk about it either way.
Yeah.
Like we know.
All right. Y'all holler. You hear?
Holla. Let me holla at you.